So first you're going to want to apply some primer and moisturizer just to make sure that your foundation covers evenly and stays on throughout the entire night. And next I'm just applying some concealer. I'm using this matte concealer right now and I'm just dabbing it with my finger, and then you can also use a brush to blend in, but you can use just your finger if you don't have a brush. Next I'll be using my Boleto airbrush system to have a flawless finish on my face, but you can always use just a regular foundation with a brush if you don't have an airbrush system. But if you can get one, I definitely advise it because it's so long lasting and it definitely makes a huge difference in the coverage of your skin, and it makes you have a very dewy finish. So I went ahead and went in with these two shades here that are on my skin color, and I just used circular motions around my face, making sure that I don't focus on one spot too much and just evenly coating my face. And then I went in with this darker shade here just to contour the edges of my face and along my jawline and my cheekbones. Once I'm finished with my foundation, I went ahead and started going in with my eyes into the Maybelline palette here, and it's just a matte lighter taupe brown, and with the fluffy brush I'm just running this along my crease, gradually building in more color, focusing more on the outer edge. Then with a flat shader brush I'm going to go in with these two gold colors and just build this onto my lid, mainly just to highlight this portion of my eye. And then with a little small angle brush, I'm going in with this matte brown color and I'm just running it along my lower lash line just to give my eye look a more smoky effect. Also, don't mind the way my eyebrows look right now. They look kind of weird because I went over them with the airbrush system, but I will be fixing them in a little. And right now I'm going in with the first shade again, just darkening my crease with the same color with the fluffy brush. And then with my gel liner and another small angle brush, I'm just lining right underneath my upper lash line, and then when I blink it kind of just brings down to my lower lash line waterline, so that way I don't have to directly apply it to my waterline. And next I'll be doing a winged eyeliner. So what I do is I just make a little line kind of continuing my lower lash line, and this will form the bottom part of the wing. And from that I'll be able to connect the very tip of it and just bring it back to my lash line. And you want to use very thin lines and then build the thickness, so that way you don't mess up and then have to wipe it off or anything like that. So you want to use long straight strokes and kind of build this line along your lash line and then thicken it according to however thick you want it. And next I'll be using the Sigma brow kit with a little Sigma eyebrow brush, and you can really use any brush like this. You can find cheaper ones too. And I'm just filling in my eyebrows, so if you don't fill in your eyebrows you can go ahead and skip this step. If you have your own way of doing it, go ahead and do that. This is just kind of a quick run through of how I do it, and yeah. So once I'm done, this is what the kind of eyeshadow eyebrow portion looks like. So I'll be applying falsies. So first, before I do that, I like to curl my lashes and add a little bit of mascara. And what I'll be using here are the ESQIDO lashes. And these are really super high quality mink lashes that are handmade, and you can wear them up to 25 times. So they're definitely quite different than your typical drugstore lashes. They look a lot better and they last a lot longer. And a quick tip for that in maintaining your lashes, both falsies and your natural lashes, is you want to use a cotton swab, dip it in makeup remover, and then kind of swipe it along your lash band and then let the makeup remover kind of dissolve the adhesive, so that way when you pull the lashes off you're not tugging on your natural lashes or the lashes on the band. So there's that, a great tip. So also I have a coupon code which I'll include in the description for 10% off a pair of ESQUIDO lashes. So these are what they look like on. And then here I'm just applying some highlighter into the inner corners of my eyes, so it's kind of a pearly white color, just to bring out my eyes, and then some mascara on my lower lash line to define my eyes even more. So a couple days before, I started whitening my teeth so that way my teeth would be especially white the day of homecoming. So I decided to kind of include this mini how-to video of just clips on the steps on how to whiten your teeth. They're super easy. I use the Smile Sciences bubblegum flavored whitening kit, and I'll include the link in the description below, but you just have to follow these really easy steps. And then the day of homecoming, I decided to kind of maintain my whiteness using the whitening pen. So all you have to do is just apply a layer onto your teeth, and then I let it dry while I was doing my hair. So next I'm just going to show you how I did my hair for homecoming. So right here I just have second day hair, and I use this super duper great smelling hair primer, and I'm using the NUME white truffle line. Basically there's a leave-in conditioner, hair mask, hair primer, and then shampoo and conditioner, and they all have the same scent, and it smells so good. Literally probably the best smelling hair products I've ever used. And I like how it's an entire line, so that way I can have the same smell in all my products. So I use the hair primer for my hair before, and the night before I used the hair mask, so that way my hair was extra soft, and it just smells so good. The smell reminds me of like a really fancy perfume. It's super like luxurious. I don't even know how to describe it. It smells super fresh, and like, I wish there was some way that you guys could just smell it through the screen. Anyway, so I put the hair primer in my hair before I curl it, and it makes my hair a lot more shinier. And for this look I use the lustrum set, and I've used these in a lot of my previous videos. I love using this wand because the wands are interchangeable, so that way you can use just one wand but then change the sizes depending on whatever style you want. And I have a few coupon codes for you guys to try the lustrum set out and the truffle line. So pumpkin latte, you can get the lustrum or any styling set for only $99, and you get the free truffle oil leave-in conditioner. And then with the code CANDYCORN you can get 60% off the entire site, and then free shipping if you live in the US. For this look I'll be using the 25mm barrel, and this is the medium sized one. And with this I'm able to get waves and has a lot of volume in my hair, and with the tourmaline barrels your curls last a lot longer and they're really shiny. So what I did here is I just sectioned off my hair so that way I can work on the bottom layer of my hair, and I'm curling in different directions each time. So I'm wrapping my hair towards my face right now, and then the next section of hair I'll curl away from my face, just to make sure that there is a lot of texture and kind of varying curls. So this is what it looks like after you curl it. So I'm just going to continue this, and then once I'm done, this is what I look like. This is what it looks like. And I don't really like the look of structured curls, so what I do is I use my fingers to kind of separate these curls to make them more natural looking waves. And this also adds a lot of volume to your hair, because that way there's more hair that kind of gets separated instead of being stuck together. Once I curl this section, I'm just going to put some hairspray in my hair just to hold on to all the curls while I do the rest of my hair. And then once I do the other side, the same exact process. This is what my bottom layer looks like. So before I move on to the next section of my hair, I like to just tie this bottom section and kind of have it out of the way while I work on the rest of my hair. So you want to loosely tie that back and then bring the rest of your hair down, and then I'm just going to layer off kind of a middle layer for me to work on. And when you work in layers, it adds a lot more volume to your hair as well, because when you curl smaller sections in layers, it just kind of gives you a lot more of a boost than curling all your hair that weighs down on each other at once. So again, I'm taking about 1.5 inch sections and I'm curling in different directions, and then once I'm done, the structured curls, I want to use my fingers to separate them. So it's the same exact thing as my bottom layer, except doing it with this middle layer now, and then adding hairspray, and then continuing on to the other half. So once I'm done with that, this is what it all looks like. So then I want to tie all that hair back so that way I can focus on the very top layer of my hair, and it just smells so good from the truffle oil and all that. So anyways, from this part I want to actually curl my hair all in the same direction away from my face, and with this I'm able to frame my face a lot better, and it kind of gives you that texture that you want, that kind of flows in one direction. Okay. So what I like to do is curl these sections, and I want to leave the curling iron actually on my hair a little bit longer, so that way the hair gets curled a lot more than the rest of my hair, because this part is where I want to apply the most heat for the most volume and shape. So when I curl a section, I just flip it over onto the other side, and that way, when the curl cools down, the roots are lifted, so it adds a lot more volume in that way as well. So once I'm curled with this half, that didn't make any sense. Anyways, I do the same thing, and I just use my fingers to separate the curls, add hairspray, and I did it to the other side. So as you can see, curling your hair away from your face, it just frames your face a lot better. And I also liked holding the curls in a lot longer, because what you see first is the top layer of your hair, and you want that to have the most dimension and the most texture. So once I'm done with everything, I just do another spray of hairspray over everything, and this adds a lot more volume. And I like to scrunch my hair to also add more texture and to kind of form the curls. And that's basically it. So that's all I really did for my hair. So as a finishing touch, I decided to add a little bit of lip color, but leave it kind of natural. So I used the Baby Lips. I think it's like Pink Me Up or something like that. I'll have it in the description below. And then with this natural lip liner, I just added a little bit to my lips, just to add a little bit of plumpness. And that's it for the makeup look and the hair look. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope it helped. If you're going to homecoming, have a wonderful time, and if not, maybe you can use it for a formal occasion. But I hope it helped, and also be sure to check out the homecoming vlog where you get to see my dress and kind of just the day when I went to homecoming. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Bye!
Oh no, the voice is strong. You know you done me wrong. I never let a feeling leave my mind.